Welcome, dear viewers, to our new episode entitled Drugs. We would like to thank you all for joining us today to discuss this important topic that is a real challenge in our contemporary society. Drugs are a global problem that affects many individuals and families and is a major challenge that requires deep thinking and collective action to address. Drugs are not only a health problem but also affect social, economic, and security stability. In this episode, we will take a pivotal look at the harsh reality that addicted individuals live in and the impact this has on their lives and their surroundings. We will review the story of a young addict looking for money to satisfy his needs to buy drugs and how he resorts to lying, manipulation, and even crime to achieve this goal. We will be shown the repercussions of these harmful behaviors and how this affects his life and the people around him. Let us draw lessons from this powerful story that conveys a poignant message about the necessity of confronting the drug problem and providing support and assistance to addicted individuals. Let us embark on this difficult and challenging journey together, where we will highlight the impact of drugs and work together to build our awareness and strengthen collective action to confront this important problem. In a world full of challenges and psychological pressures, escaping painful reality can be a tempting option for many. Among the means that some resort to escape are drugs, that dark reality that reflects the image of destruction and doom. The power of addiction drives individuals to manipulate, lie, and even commit crime in order to obtain the money needed to purchase their fatal dose. We will tell the story of a young man named Michael who was living in a hell of drugs and lies. He needed money to buy his destructive potion, but he had no legitimate way to obtain it. So he decided to take a dark path, using lies and manipulation to get money. What will Michael leave behind? Will there be anyone who will remember his story? What lessons will we learn from this cruel tale? Watch this exciting episode to discover the truth about the devastation caused by drug addiction and its dire effects on the lives of individuals and societies. This story is not a figment of imagination, but rather it is real and its heroes live in this country. I know the hero of this story. Michael's life was full of darkness and pain. He lived in a world of lies and deception, using all possible means to obtain the money he needed to buy drugs that plunged him into a world of escape and oblivion. He had no legitimate way to make money, so he decided to deviate from the straight path and take the path of darkness. Michael invented many false stories to convince people that he was desperate for money. He claimed that his mother had died tragically and that he needed a lot of money to cover funeral costs and accumulated family debts. He convinced people of the truth of these lies through his fake tears and touching expressions, and thus he succeeded in convincing some to lend him money. But the borrowed money was not enough to raise the necessary dose of drugs, and thus Michael was forced to commit crime. He started targeting stores and stealing money in every possible way. He managed to escape from crime scenes. In addition, Michael was inventing new stories that he was being chased by the police. He claims that he committed a serious crime and that he needs money to compensate its owner and prevent him from going to prison. He was desperately asking for money and crying loudly, and thanks to this trick, Michael was able to make some money from people who sympathized with him and felt a desire to help him. One day, a terrible accident occurred that led to Michael's immediate death. He did not carry any identification papers or personal information because he was leaving them as collateral for the people who loaned him money. He left his ID photo and some other personal documents with people to ensure that he would return the loaned amount to them. No one could identify him. It was a tragic end to the life of a young man who spent his life lying and manipulating in order to get money to buy drugs. Michael's story reflects the reality of addicts and the harm caused to them by addiction. Their deep need for drugs causes them to drift away from values and morals, and they are willing to lie, steal, and manipulate others. The story carries an important message about the importance of providing assistance to people suffering from drug addiction and helping them regain their lives and avoid falling into illegal acts and the destruction that accompanies them. Among the most famous of these phenomena is the drug bufa, which has recently spread throughout the world. It is one name among others for several types of drugs to which many young people are addicted, but the drug bufa remains the most dangerous of these new types that have begun to raise concerns among civil associations active in the fight against drugs. Bufa is called the drug of the poor or cocaine of the poor due to its cheap price compared to real cocaine, but its risks and repercussions on the health of its consumers make it the subject of many warnings. There are many manifestations and forms of drugs and their effects on youth and society in general. The drug problem is one of the important challenges faced by societies around the world. Drug use has negative effects on young people's minds and their mental and physical abilities. When young people abuse PUFA, it affects the central nervous system, leading to changes in mental and behavioral functions. The psychological and mental effects of PUFA use are an important matter to consider in the discussion. These effects may include increased agitation, temporary happiness, overconfidence, loss of appetite, anxiety, hallucinations, and depression. In addition to the psychological effects, young people are exposed to many physical health risks as a result of using PUFA. PUFA can cause damage to internal organs, such as the heart, liver, and lungs, and increases the risk of chronic diseases, respiratory diseases, and infertility diseases. In addition to health effects, PUFA also affects on the social, family, and academic relationships of young people. Addiction and shifts in behavior can cause deterioration in interpersonal relationships, failure to adhere to daily responsibilities, and withdrawal from social and academic activities. Overall, there needs to be education about the risks associated with PUFA and awareness raised among young people that PUFA use is not just a harmless experience, but poses a serious risk to their mental and physical health and future. Young people should be encouraged to make healthy decisions and develop self-management skills to help prevent PUFA use and its risks. We have reached the end of our exciting episode on the topic of drugs and their negative impact on individuals and society. Through the story of a young addict who plunged into a cycle of lying and manipulation in order to get money to buy drugs, we learned about the repercussions of addiction and how it affects personal and social life. So, we would like to provide some important tips to viewers on this topic. 1. Learn the facts. Research and learn the correct information about drugs and their harmful effects. Understanding the physical and psychological effects of addiction will help you avoid it. 2. Promote awareness. Share information and awareness about drugs with friends, family, and the community. It may contribute to raising awareness among others and preventing the spread of this problem. 3. Seek support. If you suffer from drug addiction or know someone who does, seek appropriate help. You can seek help from family, friends, and specialized institutions for recovery and treatment. 4. Create alternative activities. Try to focus on healthy and positive activities such as exercising, developing artistic or craft skills, and participating in volunteer work. These activities will help you stay away from experimenting with drugs. 5. Stay connected to religion. Seek to strengthen your relationship with God and fortify your heart with faith. Relying on spiritual strength and turning to the Quran and Sunnah will help you withstand and overcome challenges. We ask God to protect us all from the scourge of drugs and guide the lost to the right path. Be careful and always remember that a good and happy life is not found through addiction and lying, but rather through following the path of truth and integrity. Finally, I invite you all to subscribe to our YouTube channel, activate the like button, and share this video with others. On the channel, you will find more inspiring content and stories that strengthen determination and persistence in our lives. So follow us and be part of our wonderful community that seeks motivation and positivity. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next episodes with other inspiring stories and content. Always be ready to bring balance and positive change into your life.